Welcome everybody to the UW Fieldhouse for number 25 Wisconsin versus Bucknell. The first meeting between these two teams in history. Should be a great day of wrestling. I'm joined by Steve Lurkwin. How you doing, Steve?
Doing great. Excited for this matchup today.
We're starting off the afternoon at 125. We've got number 10 Eric Barnett taking on Grayson McClellan of Bucknell. At 133 pounds, we've got Zahn Fugit or Nicolas Rivera. They'll be taking on number 21 Kurt Phipps. At 141 pounds, we got Felix Latini taking on Braden Bauer. At 149 pounds, we've got number 18 Joseph Zargo taking on number 31 Dylan Chappell. Up at 157 pounds, we've got Luke Meckler taking on Nick Delp. 165 pounds, we've got Gavin Medell against number 26 Noah Mulvaney. At 174 pounds, we have either number 5 Dean Hamady or Cale Anderson taking on Miles Takis. At 184 pounds, we've got number 26 Max Mailer taking on Mikey Bartush. At 197 pounds, we've got Shane Legal taking on Nolan Springer. And closing out the duel at heavyweight, we've got Peter Christensen or Gannon Rosenfeld for the Badgers taking on Dorian Crosby for the Bucknell Bison.
Yeah, Sparks, Glencoe, Maryland is Owen Bell. Went to Hereford High School. State champion as a senior. He gave up 0 points at the state tournament his senior year. Jake, I know you wrestled the state tournament many times. Giving up 0 points to some quality athletes is pretty tough.
Yes, right away, shot there for McEllen. Barnett slipping off to the side, looking Trella position here, locked through the crotch. We might be looking cradle here, starting the match early for Barnett. He's going to try to break him over to that left shoulder. He's getting the lock here. We're going to go head around for a 3-point takedown to start off the match here at 125 pounds. First time saying 3-point takedown on a live call, Steve.
Yeah, I wonder how many times I'm going to be saying 2 throughout the night, especially doing high school and then switching back and forth to here. But good spot for Barnett right away. I mean, he's not bad on his feet, but in this top position is where he really shines.
A tough ride here for Burnett. Looking claw. Close to get some swipes here. Slips in that left leg. Getting close here to some swipes. Ref shaking his head. Nothing quite yet.
Barnett.
There we go. We got the first swipes.
2-time All-American as Barnett. 2-time Scholar All-American, which is just as important. 3-time academic All-Big Ten. And Jake, we talked a little bit about this match off the air, and it's very important for the Badgers to get bonus points in this one. We think this is going to be a really close duel, and this is a huge one for the Wisconsin Badgers.
Yep, 4-point near fall right there. That opens it up 7-0. Riding time just over a minute here. So right away, Barnett off to a great start. Bonus points are so important here in these duels. Barnett slips to the side here again, getting some more swipes. And we might see a quick tech fall here if it keeps going this way.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. Taking a look, I haven't done a deep dive yet of how many with the 3-point takedown has the number of technical falls increased so far in college wrestling.
And there's another 4-point near fall. That brings the score up to 11-0. We got 55 seconds left here in the first. And another set of 4 here will be a first period tech for Barnett, and a great way to start the duel for the Badgers. The legs are still in, staying active on top here, looking half Nelson now. And we got a warning on bottom. Warning green for stalling first of the match. Riding time just closing in on 2 minutes here. 28 seconds left in the first.
Eric Barnett, one of those guys that just seems to get stronger and stronger as the year goes on.
And there's the first point for stalling. Makes it 12-0 here with short time left in the first. Closing in on 10 seconds. Barnett looking for another turn here at the end of the period. He just needs a 3 count. And that will do it, folks. There's the technical fall for Eric Barnett. 4 more will go on the board, and that'll be a 16-0 technical fall in the first period. And the Badgers are off to a hot start. And they'll take the lead 5-0 here after match number 1. And we'll bump up to 133 pounds. And we'll see who the Badgers throw out. For Bucknell, we'll get number 21, Kurt Phipps, 5-2 on the season, a senior out of Norwin High School. And for the Badgers, we got either Zahn Fugit, the freshman out of Missouri, or the redshirt freshman, Nicolas Rivera of Stoughton High School. We'll see who they throw out. And they're going to go with Nicolas Rivera, the freshman, the redshirt freshman, 4-1 on the season, out of Wisconsin powerhouse Stoughton High School. This should be a good one for Rivera against a ranked opponent.
And for these fans, this is the one they wanted to see, right? Many of them about 20 miles away got to watch Nicolas Rivera go at it for 4 years, and just a real fan favorite with his wrestling style. Even though Nicolas Rivera not ranked, I definitely got to say this is one of those matches that's a toss-up. Could go either way. Obviously, it would be an upset if Nicolas was able to win this one. Kurt Phipps, a solid wrestler from Norwin High School out of Irwin, Pennsylvania.
And right away, Rivera to the legs, going out the back door here, trying to single off to one leg. Maybe put Phipps in danger here. Working here. Phipps kind of got a weird lock on the arm here. Locked around the head. Kind of a strange position. See what wrestler can come out on top of this one if we see a stalemate. And we're calling.
Danger.
And there's
okay.
3-point takedown for Phipps. Maybe close to getting some near fall here, but you're able to put that wrestler in danger for long enough. The 3-point takedown will be awarded.
Yep.
And we'll see if Rivera can clear out of this position. Head's definitely locked in there, but Phipps trying to work here, catch that head, maybe go cow catcher, and we're going to go stalemate here with 1:49 left in the first period. 3-0 lead for number 20, Phipps of Bucknell.
Fun fact for you here for Kurt Phipps, 133-pounder for Bucknell University. Jake, get this one. He was a state champion, 2-time state finalist in Pennsylvania. He was the school's first ever state champion.
Wow, PA, one of the tougher states to win a state title in. I believe only 2 divisions out there. So if you win the state title in that state, you're one of the best. And looking maybe some near fall here is Phipps. Got that cross wrist tilt.
Now he got a couple swipes, yeah.
And we're getting some swipes here. And 4-point near fall is awarded, so that brings the lead to 7-0. And so far, in about a match and a period here, we've seen a few set of back points.
Phipps was a national qualifier last year, does have 6 wins over nationally ranked opponents in his career.
And a nice reversal there for Rivera. He's dangerous from a whole bunch of positions. You can never get lazy. You got to stay on the attack against Rivera, and there's a good reversal there to put him on the board, his first 2 points of the match.
That one ignited the crowd, didn't it?
He's got that right leg slipped in. A little high. We'll see if he can't scooch back a little bit, get in better position, but Phipps looking to maybe go out the back door here, get a reversal of his own. Got plenty of space on the edge, and there's reversal right to the back. No near fall awarded, but 2-point reversal brings the score to 9-2 here with 23 left in the first.
Kurt Phipps' brother Drew also wrestled for Bucknell. He was a 2-time national qualifier.
And Phipps with that Turk, caught the head, getting some swipes here at the end of the first period. And refs holding 4 or 3. And we're going to close out the first period here. 3 more points go on the board for Phipps, and that will bring the score to 12-2 with 1:09 of riding time.
So a 2 to 4 count, Jake, will get you 3, and a 4 count gets you 4, correct?
Yep.
Yep, there you go. I do high school officiating, and I've got to switch my brain back and forth. While we get a little downtime quickly, we saw the danger. Why don't you explain to fans real quickly what that danger position is and why Phipps was awarded that takedown?
Yep, you put someone in danger, they expose their back, you hold them there for, I believe, a 3 count. You'll get that takedown on the board for you, and then you get the 3 points. So
kind of like a pre, no one really has control yet, but a guy gets kind of locked there for a little bit.
Yep, and if you can hold them on the back long enough and you see like you're in control and you're able to hold them there, you'll get the takedown. That was a new rule a couple years, I believe.
Yeah, not when you were in college when that was instituted, correct?
Yep. And we've got start the second period here with Phipps on bottom, Rivera to ride. Rivera looking clawed, jumping sides here. Phipps up to his feet. Big mat return for Rivera. But Phipps doing a great job of floating the hips. He's going to give a reversal right to the back.
He holds it
and
here.
He's looking fall here. And there's the fall for number 20, Kurt Phipps, the senior out of Norwin High School. He gets the fall over Nicolar Rivera. And Bucknell's on the board. They'll take a 1-point lead, 6-5, heading into match number 3. At 141 pounds, we've got Felix Latini, and he'll be taking on Braden Bauer for Bucknell.
That was a big match for Bucknell because, I mentioned toss-up, obviously leaning the other way, but I was expecting at most a major, maybe a 3-point decision, but for Bucknell to get the pin out of that is just huge for their team.
Yep, like we said earlier, the bonus points are going to be very important in this one. A close duel on paper. Pick up points wherever you can. And Latini takes the mat here for the Badgers. And we are off at 141 pounds. Latini out of Clark, New Jersey, St. Peter's Prep High School. Bauer, Williamsport, PA, Williamsport Area High School.
Latini 7-10 last year for the Wisconsin Badgers. Braden Bauer, 3-time state qualifier in Pennsylvania. Last year, 13-8 in college. And here's a fun fact for you, Jake. You ready for this one? Williamsport, Pennsylvania, where Bauer went to high school. Tell me their mascot. I won't even leave you in suspense very long because it's very unique. They are the Millionaires.
Interesting.
Interesting. Yep, they have the more millionaires per capita than anywhere in the United States.
Wow. Interesting fact there. The mascot. You're a bit of a mascot guy. I see you guys always guessing on your podcast.
I like mascots. Good times. We've had two fast starting matchups here. We're a minute in. We're almost been a little bit spoiled here. We're thinking, wait, where's all the scoring?
Yeah, not a whole lot of action here on the feet. Just wrapped up the first minute here in the first period. A couple ties here and there, but clearing out to space right away. We'll see who can get a leg attack. And there's a shot there for Latini, but Bauer able to do a good job of getting his hit back. He's going to try to run the corner here, but Latini doing a good job of keeping that ankle. Needs to try to elevate it here, but Bauer definitely in the better position to score here. We'll see what wrestler can put himself in a better position here. And we're going to stalemate with 1:21 left in the first period. Still scoreless here, Latini versus Bauer.
Both records pretty even on paper, 2-3 and 1-2. So use the term toss-up match. Previous one maybe came a little premature. This one, definitely a toss-up match on paper.
Yep, this is going to be one that is a must-win for either of these teams to keep the team race going their way. One of those toss-up matches on paper. Neither of these wrestlers rank, so really anyone's match to win. And we're through 2 minutes here in the first period. 51 to go. Not a whole lot of attacks besides that one shot for Latini. Definitely feeling each other out here in the first period. The crowd's got the clap going. Picking up the energy here in the UW Fieldhouse.
Love how both wrestlers are staying right in the center of the mat. That's one thing that I've seen over the last, definitely since I've been in college wrestling and through the zeros and on through the tens, is they've really done a lot to increase the action, encourage wrestling, and staying in the center of the mat. And college wrestling excitement level has really increased over the last 5-10 years. And the rules have really made it, I think, become more fan-friendly as well.
Oh, yeah, with the three-point takedown, a lot more points.
And the out-of-bounds rule, right?
Out-of-bounds rules, the stalling rules, the 4-point near fall, so a lot more ways to score points, keep the action in the center, but also allow the wrestlers to wrestle on the edge. That will do it for period number 1. Badgers get choice. Latini will go down. Bauer to ride here to start the second period at 141 pounds. Still scoreless after 1. And right away, Bauer with a good breakdown. Got that far. He's got that claw. Putting the pressure on Latini. Latini up to his feet here, but good little mat return there for Bauer, keeping the pressure forward, sagging off his hips to the side, making Latini feel his weight here. and start adding to his riding time. That's just closing in on 30 seconds here. Latini up to his feet again, looking big mat return, and he gets it as Bauer.
Huge mat return onto the Wisconsin wrestling mat. We talked about this before, Jake. Is there a sweeter mat in college wrestling than this one we're looking at right now?
It is a good-looking mat. The state outline with the big W in the center. I like the black out of bounds. It looks great here in the UW Fieldhouse. And a good ride here for Bauer as he's got closing in on a minute here, riding time. Latini doing a good job of getting up to his feet, but Bauer just a little too much here. And we're going to find ourselves on the edge of the mat here, and we're going to get a stalemate fresh restart with 58 seconds left in the second. Riding time is now over a minute at 1:02.
And that is huge, that riding time. And plus, not just the point that you're awarded, but riding your guy for that long of a time, it's taxing on the bottom wrestler.
Yes, definitely something that wears on you. Latini back up to his feet here, doing a good job of fighting hands, but just can't get all the way out here. But Bauer doing everything he can to keep him down. He slips that leg in now. This is somewhere you don't want to be here for Latini. This definitely is draining, and he's going to get him stretched out, and he's got him on his belly now.
He looked like he was getting a little high, but was able to flatten Latini right out, and now he's in the dominant position.
Did a good job of feeding the hips in, putting that pressure up top on the arms and spreading them out. And we're going to get a stalemate here with 26 seconds left in the first. Bauer right back to that claw ride. Been very good with it here. See if he can't get the ride out. We got 16 seconds left in the second period. Another mat return for Bauer, and he's just been very persistent on top. Not giving an inch. I'm going to go stalling on top.
Top man, okay.
Stalling on the top man. We'll get a fresh restart here. Short time, 6 seconds. See if Latini can't get an explosive stand-up. Do something here to get on the board.
Were you surprised by that stalling call on top? It seems like usually in college it's the job of the guy just to ride, right? I mean, what was your take on that one?
Yeah, if you're hanging on that ankle a little long, they will ding you. You got to make sure you're working. And so there's a full 2-minute ride out there, so 2 minutes for riding time for Bauer. Bauer will start the third period underneath. Latini with a quick breakdown.
Latini's got to do two things here. Obviously looking to score, but even just as important is getting that riding time under a minute.
Yep, and so he cuts him loose here, so puts a point on the board. Latini's going to have to look to get a takedown here.
Well,
get
I suppose
that three-point takedown.
Yeah, that three-point takedown really neutralizes that now, doesn't it?
Would put him in the lead 3-1, even though riding time is in favor of Bauer. So it'll be interesting to see if the attack rate picks up for Latini. And also the same for Bauer if he keeps trying. And there's a shot there for Latini. Beautiful single leg kind of knee pull action. But good whizzer and just kind of overpowers Latini.
Just like pushed right into him, didn't he?
Pushed right into him and almost getting some back points here. And he finds himself
transition.
right into a tilt.
Fantastic transition wrestling for Bauer.
He gets that whizzer and just kind of hips in, runs the feet, just bullies Latini over for 3. And now the lead is 4-0. Riding time is locked.
It is locked, so technically it's 5-0. So Latini's got a lot of makeup, ground to make up.
And what a great shot by Latini, but those hips of Bauer, just a little too much. We got 43 to go here in the third. Latini's going to need to make something happen, big points.
It was funny, last Sunday I was watching the Iowa State matchup, and still as seasoned as those crowds are, knowledgeable about the sport, during the takedown, the takedowns, fans are still yelling, 2!
Couple +1 slip in there, yep. Everyone's still getting used to it. And the legs are in here. And Latini's trying to come up to his feet, maybe able to slip out the back, but short time here, 10 seconds left in the third. Looking like Bauer will take this one 5-0.
Big win for Bauer in Bucknell. I think this is not necessarily one they had to have, but you know the dual meets come down to those toss-up matches, right? It's not always your studs. It's it's the guys not getting bonus points against the studs, and then it's the who's going to win the toss-up matches, and Bucknell takes the first one.
Yep, Braden Bauer with the victory here, 5-0. Bucknell will extend the lead by 4 as they lead 9-5, and we'll jump up to 149 pounds. We've got ranked Joseph Zargo, number 18, and he'll be taking on number 31, Dylan Chappell. Zargo out of South River, New Jersey, Bergen Catholic High School wrestling powerhouse. Chappell out of Bonner Springs High School, 8-4 junior. So a ranked matchup here, first of the night. This is definitely one of the ones that on paper is a toss-up one, but Zargo is the higher ranked wrestler. A must-win here for the Badgers to keep themselves here, get some points on the board. Big club there for Zargo.
Chappell was a 3-time state runner-up in high school. Had big pinner he was, 77 pins in his high school career. That was a school record for him. Jake, how many pins did you have when you were in high school?
Ooh, off the top of my head, I do not know. More of a takedown guy, but I had a few pins in there.
Couple here and there. I didn't have that. I had you more of as a clubber and a pinner, but you were a takedown guy, huh?
I like to wrestle on the feet, score a lot of points. And here we are closing in on 2 minutes here left in the first period. A bit of hand fighting, no real leg attacks by either guy here. A couple clubs. Zargo doing a good job of controlling center. He goes fake club to the shot. Gets Chappell to bite, but doesn't follow it up with a re-attack or anything. Another big club there for Zargo. These guys are hand fighting hard here. We're about halfway through the first period. Zargo keeps a good pace. He's up from 141 a year ago. The gas tank is definitely on his side here as he keeps a really strong pace, attacks really well.
Zargo, a lot of high school accolades, was a two-time Fargo All-American. Very tough, one of the baddest high school tournaments in the land. 32-28 college record so far this year. NCAA qualifier. Preseason, what's the ranking now? Preseason them is 15, now back down to 18th, but just a great addition to this Badger wrestling team.
And we've got a minute left here in the first. There's a shot for Zargo. Single leg. Switches off to the opposite side single now. And Chappell with a shallow underhook. A shot of his own here. Zargo does a good job of defending. Now underhook for Zargo. And we're going double unders here for Zargo. See if he uses it. Kind of a little throw by there, but nothing doing. And we find our way back to the center of the mat with 38 seconds left in the first.
Dylan Chappell will get this, Jake, a dual degree program. And one of those degrees is in chemical engineering. So that's pretty much as tough as it gets.
Yes. It's always impressive to hear those hard majors that some of these guys are in and setting them up well for post-college.
I would have been floored if the other one was rocket scientist.
And we've got short time here in the first, scoreless after one. Action picks up a little bit for Zargo as we close out in the final seconds of the first. Choice will go to Bucknell. Without any hesitation, Chappell will go down here.
I've been impressed so far with Bucknell's reactionary wrestling or chain wrestling, right? They're able to take our shots and our action and use it to their advantage so far.
Yep, and that's one of the big things here in college is if you can piece those leg attacks together, piece those fakes together, wrestle through positions really well, and kind of just keep that effort high through all the different positions. You're going to score points. You're going to be in a really good position to win. Zargo here starting the period on top. Good ride. Chappell up to his feet. And we've got an escape for the first point of the match.
19-second riding time for Zargo. Yeah, it looked like he at first was going to keep him down. That looked like a punishing ride. I was just about ready to comment on. And then for Chappell to get up real quick.
And there's a shot for Zargo going out the back door here. Lock down that ankle of the left leg, but Chappell doing a good job of pinching the knees, making it hard for Zargo to finish off to his side. He's just going to push it off the back. We find her here kind of in a far ankle scramble. Chappell comes up, gets the head high.
It's these scramble positions that have made college wrestling very fun and entertaining to watch.
Now Chappell gets bumped over to his left hip, and we're going to go stalemate here. Some good action. 55 seconds left here in the second period.
Dare we call that a little bit of funk? One of your mentors, I don't want to say the founder and inventor of it, but obviously a guy who's really brought it to the mainstream. But it kind of seems like there isn't a college program today that doesn't do some form of funk-style wrestling.
Yeah. Scrambling is one of the best parts of the sport. Keeps it entertaining. Love a good scramble. And there's another shot for Zargo. He goes low single here. He brings it up. Great position. Treetop finish.
Wow.
And there's 3 points for Zargo. He takes the lead right into a cradle.
The splits of Chappell to almost defend that was amazing.
Cradle's locked here for Zargo. He's going to try to bring Chappell back. We've got 20 seconds. Plenty of time to work. He's working here. Chappell doing a good job. He's got that left leg hooked. And the cradle is unlocked. Now Chappell looking for reversal here. He's got short time. Back to that far ankle position. Kick, and Zargo able to remain in control, and he'll end the period on top with a 3-1 lead going into period number 3.
You saw the replay. We talked about chain wrestling for Bucknell. Zargo just did that. He had a great takedown right to the cradle.
Good chain wrestling there. Zargo starts the period on bottom. 51 seconds of riding time for Zargo. We'll see what Chappell does here. More than likely will cut him, go back to work on the feet. He'll be down by 3 if Zargo gets the escape, and there he does. So 4-1 is the score. 3-point takedown ties it up. Riding time is not a factor in this one. And right away, shot there for Zargo. Starting to run the corner. He switches off to that single leg. He's got the cradle locked. Nothing yet. On the edge, there's 3. Whips it over.
Oh, wow.
Good action on the edge here. Zargo remains in control. We're going to go out of bounds. 3-point takedown was awarded. 7-1 is your score. What a good flurry on the edge there for Zargo.
Zargo just seems to be getting stronger as this match is going on.
Yep, his gas tank is one that is definitely in his something that helps him out tremendously. He was able to keep the pace. 7-1 now. 40 seconds of riding time. Maybe looking for a major here. We got plenty of time here. 1:18 left in the third. It's a big win here if the Badgers can hold this one on. 9-5 is the team score.
Key for Chappell, though, is he was in that cradle position twice. Looked like it was locked up really tight, but both times was able to not give up near fall points.
And there's the escape. 7-2, just a second away from riding time. And there's 3 points for Zargo. 10-2, riding time now in favor of Zargo. And just a slick takedown. Does have the major if it stands like this. So big ride out here for Zargo would be great for the Badgers.
I got to imagine he's looking for that tech fall for team points here. But Zargo, like I said earlier, is just impressing me with his ability, with his gas tank, and he just keeps on going.
Big here for Bucknell if Chappell can get out, maybe score some points. Reversal here, but Zargo still working here.
Technically up, officially up 11-1 now with riding time.
Riding time is locked, so the major for the Badgers in match number 4 at 149 pounds. And we'll close this one out with short time, 6 seconds to go. Joseph Zargo, number 18 in the country, gets a big major over number 31, Dylan Chappell. And that ties the team score up, folks, 9-9. And we'll jump up to 157 pounds. We got Luke Meckler, the redshirt sophomore out of Stoughton High School, transfer from Oklahoma State. He'll be taking on Nick Delp, a senior out of New Kingston, PA. 4-4 on the year. Meckler is 3-3. It's another one of those matches that on paper it's a toss-up.
Yeah, Delp, a 3-time state qualifier in high school, 147 and 37. His highest place finish was 8th, but obviously in that tough Pennsylvania state tournament with 2 divisions.
Meckler out of Stoughton High School, right down the road, a transfer from Oklahoma State a year ago. back in the home state, right down the road from his hometown. So excited to see him back.
A lot of Stoughton guys up in this lineup. Up
Yep.
and down. Second one tonight. Do we see one more tonight? Nope, a couple more guys.
Yep, we'll see again at 165 pounds.
Meckler was a two-time state finalist and really got on people's radar his freshman year, knocked off a lot of big names in high school, and really was on that watch as far as being a good college wrestler at that point.
They're very dominant in the state of Wisconsin. Both wrestlers, Meckler with an underhook here, doing a good job of controlling center. Good snap there for Delp.
Guys feeling each other out a little bit. Delp was a 12-10 last year, had 2 wins over nationally ranked wrestlers. Placed at conference the last 2 years. He does have these two did wrestle last year, and Delp did win that one 9-3.
Big snap there, nothing doing though. Meckler looking to flip that score, get a win for himself and the Badgers here. Team score is knotted up at 9-9. So a big win for their team here to take the lead again here at 157 pounds.
Jake said Meckler did start his career at Oklahoma State. And I know it's open tournaments and you're wrestling unattached a little bit here, but Meckler did start his freshman year 9-0, winning a couple of open tournaments.
It's a heck of a way to start the freshman campaign. Those open tournaments are tough. Once you get in that college competition, everyone's tough.
And anybody can show up to those now. High school kids can show up, yep. Right? Old men who you haven't seen for 10 years can show up.
You can get a bunch of people wrestling. An underhook there for Meckler. Doing a good job in the ties. No real leg attacks here in the first. We got 52 seconds left. And there's a takedown for Delp right to the back. And refs will be counting some swipes here. These Bucknell dudes are doing a great job of scoring points and catching people on their back. Really transition well. Delp with that, throws that right leg in right away. Jumps cradle. Meckler up to his feet. But wow, big way to start. And there's nice a reversal. 2-point reversal makes it 7-2 now. And we got a good little 20 seconds there of action with 23 seconds left here in the first period.
Replay showing that reversal. Nice little spin around. Looks like Meckler's going to be able to erase that riding time and then add some to his own.
Good way to end the period for Meckler.
You know, difference in college wrestling now, right? Delp got the takedown, Meckler gets the reversal, right? But now it's a 3-2 swing, right? You don't see a lot of reversals at the college level anymore.
Wisconsin gets choice, Meckler to defer. Delp will go down. Right away, Meckler jumps wrists, deep thigh pry, doing a good job of getting Delp down to that left hip. Deep waist for Meckler.
Yeah, he's cranking on that thing. You can see that hand coming up from our TV angle. Really cranking up. You start ripping on those ribs too much, and that takes a lot of wind out of a guy.
Yeah, he's got that leg in, had that figure 4, but switches off of it. Leg in, riding on the ankle. Ref was counting there. He can't hang on the ankle for too long.
Will he warn you, too, though, if you keep grabbing that ankle and wait until a 4 count, letting it down, and just kind of keep playing that little game? Will a ref ding you for stalling as well, or is that not something they will do?
I believe you'll get a warning. But I think you got to get to that 4. And Meckler with just a good solid ride here. Over a minute now of riding time.
Yeah, he's punishing on top.
Doing a good job of controlling, but now Delp sneaks that arm in there. Let's see if he can't get something going.
Warning on top.
Stalling on the top man. So Meckler with the first stall call of the match. And we'll get a fresh restart here with 52 seconds left in the second period.
Just trying to do the math here. He rides this one out. It's going to have over 2 minutes of riding time. You know, okay, I think he's got it secure. I was just thinking that just being able to ride him out, you're going to need a little bit more than that. You're going to need a couple takedowns, just getting that riding time, taking the third, I think you're going to have too much of a hill to overclimb. You're going to have to do something else here in the second period.
Yep, so Meckler with 1:22 of riding time now, 8-2 lead in favor of Delp. Meckler's going to have to get active on his feet here. Get a takedown here late in the second would be really good. And he gets to a leg attack here out the back door on the edge, trying to isolate a leg. See if he can't get something going here with 20 seconds left. We've seen this position quite a few times today. And possibly some danger here.
Just got to hold him there.
And there's 3 points. That's a 3-point takedown for Meckler to end, and we're going to go challenge brick is thrown for Bucknell.
Second danger exposure takedown we've seen here today.
And that will do it for the second period. Challenge brick is thrown, so we'll see what happens here. Bucknell coaches aren't a fan of that one.
And so walks through, Jake, they are challenging, I'd assume the time, right? He thinks it wasn't, it's got to be a 3 count. I'm assuming he's thinking it was not 3.
Yep, they're going to challenge the takedown, see if he did get that full count and if the back was exposed. We'll see here. Still discussing. Really taking a good look at this one.
Taking longer than I thought it would. Here they are making their call.
And the refs are walking back here. And we're going 3-point takedown.
So the call stands. So huge for Meckler going into that third period, only being down 3. Well, if he's able to hold the riding time, he's only down 2. On their feet. Meckler seems to be picking up his game a little bit. Now both got a good 2-minute break, I would say, so they're going to have some energy going into the third period.
And riding time in favor for Meckler, 1:33. So if he keeps that riding time, technically 8-6. We'll see. Meckler's pace definitely picked up. We'll see if Delp stays on the attack. Takedown here for Delp would kind of be the nail in the coffin. We'll see what his game plan here is with 90 seconds left in the second with a 3-point lead. But Meckler doing a good job of moving his hands, creating some angles, big clubs. And club to a fake there.
Both guys just battling. This is fun. This is where that early season conditioning is going to come into play.
You know, we'll see what guys have again. And there's a shot there for Meckler.
Deep.
Single leg, but good defense. Tricky defense there for Delp.
There it is.
Able to slide himself into a high crotch and picks up the 3-point takedown, and his lead now extends to 11-5.
And once again, that Bucknell wrestler just being able to transition wrestle and score off his opponent's aggressive or offensive tactic.
And they're stalling on the top man. First of the match. I believe both wrestlers now have a stall call. And Meckler's going to get out here with 38 to go. He still does have riding time, 1:09. Trails 11-6.
So he would need 2. He'd still need 2 takedowns here.
We'll see here. He's got to get some action going.
Riding
23
time.
left, and there's a double
Nice,
leg, big
deep.
double leg. Delp able to roll through, end up on top here. The lock for Meckler is extended. Delp can kind of just hang out here. We're going to go stalemate with 10 left. 11-6 lead for Delp. Going to need a miracle here. For Meckler. And Delp won this one a year ago, 9-3. And he's going to pick up another victory with short time. And that will do it at 157 pounds. Nick Delp, the senior out of PA, picks up the victory 11-7 over Luke Meckler. And we're going to bump up to 165 pounds where we've got Gavin Medell, the redshirt sophomore out of Stoughton, Wisconsin. And he'll be taking on Noah Mulvaney, ranked number 26 in the country, the freshman out of Arrowhead Union High School, native of Wisconsin. So a little Wisconsin on Wisconsin matchup here. Mulvaney bursted onto the scene, won his first state title as a senior, won Fargo. Was high in the national rankings, so excited to see him here take the mat as a freshman ranked in the country. Won the Clarion Open a few weeks ago. So a pretty good start for his freshman season. Gavin Medell, 7-2 on the year. So this will be a great matchup here at 165 pounds.
Jake, I got a fun fact for you from my fact my statistic man on the side here is that Mulvaney versus Model, they did not wrestle each other in high school, but they each competed against teammates of each other at state. Mulvaney pinned Luke Meckler, who we just saw wrestle, in the semis at 152 and was considered a big upset. Model was beat 2-1 by Jack Ganos, now wrestling for Air Force at 145 in the finals, or quarterfinals.
Stoughton and Arrowhead are two schools that are pumping out the collegiate wrestlers. A lot of guys moving on to the next level. We're closing in on the first minute here in the first period. No real action here.
Noel Mulvaney, a guy from your neck of the woods, I would say, right? He's probably familiar with him. Maybe you've seen him a little bit wrestle. Have you ever interacted with Noel Mulvaney?
Oh, yeah. Grew up right down the road. Both came up through the same club system. So know Noah quite well. Great kid. They call him the junkyard dog. He's just a scrapper. And now Medell with the front headlock here. But good recovery there for Mulvaney circling. Able to clear out. And we got 1:24 left here in the first period. Still scoreless.
Mulvaney against Minnesota. Beat Blaine Brenner, a Wisconsin guy, ended up beating him 11-5. He was Bucknell's only win against Minnesota.
There's a shot for Medell. Kind of in a weird position here. Leg underneath for Mulvaney. He's going to try to kick over here, maybe get a little wizard tilt, see who wins this scramble. Mulvaney's really working for it, and he's close to getting it, and there it is. He's got it locked up. Ref is counting near fall. Big points here for Mulvaney. There's a 3 count to go with the 3-point takedown.
Mulvaney sounds like he's got a lot of fans in the crowd here. 1 year out removed from high school, 4-time state finalist.
He won it as a senior.
And looking at the guys that he lost to in the finals, that's a pretty huge list. He's got Sinclair, he's got Mirasola. Those are guys that are, one's going to Missouri, the other one's going to Penn State.
1 and 2 in the country. Nice ankle pick there for Mulvaney. Extends his lead 9-1. And locks that cradle up.
Ooh, kind of put himself in a dangerous position there with that cradle.
And that will do it for period number 1. 9-1 lead for Mulvaney. And if you've ever seen Mulvaney wrestles, he likes to stay on the attack. Has a lot of shots he can pick from. Looks like a little contact issue here.
Using that Arrowhead cradle is Mulvaney. Contact falls out and just pops that bad boy in. Very impressed by that. I have a hard enough time putting my contacts in.
And there's the escape for Medell. 9-2 lead now for Mulvaney. Not much of a ride, only 21 seconds of riding time. And we're back to the feet here. Will be interesting to see if Mulvaney stays on the attack. And as I say, that big shot there. And very quickly gets the 2. A little defense there for Medell, but nothing doing, and that's a 3-point, and that'll be 12-2 now with 1:26 left here in the second. Jumping crossface cradle right away. Mulvaney's old high school coach actually on the in-house announcer, Randy Farrell, so.
Imagine he's having a hard time sitting still watching this one, right?
Yep, also on the Badgers from Arrowhead is Josh Otto, so Randy one of the best seats in the house as he watched some of his old high school wrestlers take the mat here for the Badgers. And Medell with an escape, 12-3 now the lead for Mulvaney.
It's fun to see. A lot of Wisconsin ties here, even though Bucknell's a few states away, right? Looking forward to that 197-pound matchup with an all-Wisconsin match.
And there's another 3-point takedown, 15-3 now with 35 seconds left in the second. Riding time closing in on a minute. Mulvaney doing a great job just staying on the attack, scoring points. And we'll see if he commits to the ride here, if Medell's able to get to his feet.
Hamidi moved up. If you're looking in, just tuning in and thinking, where the heck is is Dean. They're moving him up to 174 pounds tonight.
We're going the triple bump. Hamity up to 74, Mailer up to 84, and Legal up to 97. So a little bit of shifting. And we'll close out period number 2, 15-3 lead for Mulvaney. Mulvaney will go neutral here to start the third period. A takedown will end it, and that will do it, folks. 3-point takedown, ankle pick, 18-3 technical fall for the freshman out of Wisconsin, Noah Mulvaney. And big points there for Bucknell.
I got caught into the 3-point takedown there. I looked up and said, man, it's only be 17-4. And about a second later, I remembered, that's right, the 3-point takedown.
Bucknell extends their lead in the team score 17-9. We'll bump up to 174 pounds. All-American Big Ten champ, number 5 in the country, Dean Hamity, will be taking on Miles Tackett of Perrysburg High School. 10-5 on the year, a freshman.
And to use that overly used phrase, this is a must-win situation for the Wisconsin Badgers to get back into this duel.
Yeah, Badgers are going to be looking for bonus. I have a feeling it won't take long. Hamity's able to score points from just about every position. Very relentless. Attacks, and we can see it here early. He's not wasting any time. Looking big, Matt, return on the edge here.
Big task for the freshman, Miles. Oh, man, I should have looked at the Tackett. Miles Tackett, sorry about that. I need the pronunciation a little bit, from Perrysburg, Ohio. Was a state champion and state runner-up in high school, so obviously he's battle-tested the high school level, but when you're early in your career, maybe 3-4 matches in, and your first matchup is against Hamity, that's a tall order for anybody.
It's a tough one, multiple-time All-American. Big mat return there for Hamity out of Joliet, Illinois, Joliet Catholic Academy High School. He's a junior, 5-1 on the season. Tackett's 10-5, a freshman. Hamity working on a ride here, has the cross wrist, maybe looking for tilt here.
Tackett's a lot of matches in already, 15 in this early 2023-24 season.
And there's an escape for Tackett's. Back up to the feet now.
Hamity received his Big Ten championship ring before the duel. That was pretty sweet, huh?
That was sweet to see. And there's a shot there for Tackett's, but you see just the great defense for Hamity. Locks him up, has him on his back. We're looking fall, and I think he's got it.
That's it.
And there's the pin. 6 points on the board for Hamity. Little celebration, blows a kiss to the crowd. And that's big for the Badgers. Tightens the team score.
That's what they needed, Jake, didn't they? Get them back into this one. It kind of, all the momentum was on Bucknell's side, and you bring out your national place winner to stop the bleeding a little bit.
And it's 17-15 now. Bucknell still in the lead. But we are going to move up to 184 pounds. We got Mikey Bartish for Bucknell. And we've got number 26, Max Mailer, out of Highland, Wisconsin, a transfer from Michigan, a grad transfer. Saw some success at Michigan. And he comes back to the home state for his final season.
Crazy thing about Mailer is this is his 6th season, Jake.
Yes, that COVID year is coming into play. I believe this is his first match for the Badgers. Single right away, brings it high. Going. And there's 3 right away, wasting no time. 16 seconds into this one. Cradle's locked up. Mailer's going big. The coaches are loving it. Can he get the fall here? And there's the fall for the Badgers. Mailer with a pin, wasting no time. A big fall for the senior, Max Mailer.
Wow, listen to this
crowd. The crowd is loving it.
That was huge. 26 seconds in. I was just about ready to say I was in his old high school on Friday, and I got to see his state championship photo on the wall. Max Mailer out of Highland High School.
And that's big for the Badgers. They now take the lead, 21-17. And we're going to go up to 197 pounds. For Wisconsin, we got Shane Legal, a grad transfer from Loras College, a D3 school. He's from Spring Green High School right here in Wisconsin. And he'll be taking on Wisconsin native Nolan Springer, a junior out of Linden, Wisconsin, of Mineral Point High School.
Kind of interesting. Legal out of River Valley High School and Springer out of Mineral Point High School. Both were Curtis Fiedler, Wisconsin well-known coach in high school. He is now coaching at Mineral Point, but he started out his career at River Valley. He coached both these guys to a state championship.
And there's a nice shot there for Legal, trying to run the corner. Springer doing a good job of locking up that left arm, but now able to finish off kind of low single. And he picks up 3 right away as Legal, and he takes the lead 3-0 here. Not even a minute into the first.
These guys never did face each other in high school, too far away as far as weight classes go. Legal, obviously, the older of the two.
Legal, like I said earlier, a grad transfer from Loras College. I believe he made the finals at D3 Nationals a year ago. Springer, a junior.
Yeah, I got it here. He was a three-time place winner, 4-time NCAA Division III qualifier, 3-time place winner, and he was a runner-up last year. He was 13-1, Jake. His only loss in the season was in that finals of the D3 championship.
And I believe he lost to Jarrett Shinhoster, who he'd beaten previously in the opening weekend of the season. So, I mean, he's got all the success you could have in D3.
Great career, but tough way to end it.
And excited to see him make the transfer to Wisconsin. I believe a couple of his brothers, his dad, a couple of different relatives have wrestled for the Badgers. So cool to see that tradition stay alive.
Yeah, his dad Ralph, his brothers Scott and Seth have all wrestled for the Wisconsin Badgers.
And we're closing in on a minute left here in the first. Good ride, big mat return on the edge. You love to see that for if you're and we were wrong. So this is not Springer.
Oh, where are we?
Springer was last match at 184 pounds.
No, so they have Springer and Legal up on the board.
So not sure who is wrestling for Bucknell. On the scoreboard, it does show Nolan Springer.
Let's see here.
But Legal with the solid ride here.
Could be Michael Bardish. I have him on my lineup. Nope, Bardish wrestled Mailer, I believe.
Good ride here for Legal. Riding time closing in on 2 minutes. And stalling on the bottom man.
Sorry, we're quiet here. We're trying to figure out who the Bucknell wrestler is.
Figure 4 here for Legal. And we'll close out the first period. 3-0 lead for Legal. 2 minutes and 27 seconds of riding time. Wisconsin has choice. Defer right away. And Bucknell will go neutral here. Must win here for Bucknell if they want to try to win the duel. 4-point lead for Wisconsin. A win here would seal it. We're back to the feet. Nice shot there for Legal, but good hips there. And it is Springer.
Okay. So. Who's giving us our intel? That's funny. Springer, I'm sure, has wrestled in this facility. Maybe, maybe not. I know with the COVID year when they won their state championship in 21, it did not take place in this building. Just wonder if he's spent some time here. in high school.
Always a good time wrestling in the field house.
This is something else, huh?
Especially when they pack the mats in here for Team State for Wisconsin. One of the coolest environments, I think, to wrestle in.
It is. Obviously, for good reason, they brought the state tournament to the Kohl Center for fan-wise, just room-wise, just practicality, right? But I got the experience of wrestling my state tournament in this building, and I'm telling you what, there's nothing like it, man. The fans are on top of you. You look up, and it looks like a guy could throw a piece of popcorn down, and you could catch it in your mouth from the top row.
And Legal into the legs here, but Springer's got that front headlock locked up. Closing in on short time here in the second period. 17 to go.
You know, Legal got that first takedown very quickly. You just thought he was maybe going to do a takedown release approach to it, which we haven't seen yet tonight. And but Springer's been able to just stifle any attack Legal has had so far, or since that point.
So Wisconsin will get choice here. Legal's going to go down. Riding time, 2 minutes and 27 seconds. And Springer's just going to cut right away. He's going to have to get to work on the feet.
Uses that old international start.
Springer into the legs, but Legal able to kind of sag that corner. Really gets powerful here. And hips for Legal.
That was brutal, man.
Just a little bit too much. And I'm feeling we're going to see a stalemate here shortly. No real action from this position. And we're going to go up top for a fresh restart with a minute 33 left here in the third.
Raise myself up a little bit here, see if I can't see their old high school coach, Curtis Fiedler, in the crowd, and check out his reaction to this battle between two of his former wrestlers.
Riding time has been locked for a little bit here, so 5-0 is the score.
Officially 5-0.
Springer is going to need some serious action here.
Yeah, he would need 3, wouldn't he, with the escapes? I know it's, yeah, he would need 3 takedowns.
And there's a shot there for Legal. Springer not able to defend and get anything going, so we'll get a stalemate here. We'll go back up to the feet. 52 left here in the third. Kind of a half shot there for Springer, nothing doing.
Nice.
Legal looking still for some points, close to getting that pick.
Oh, wow. Good action. Wisconsin coaches encouraging the wrestler just to stay put, not get thrown. Obviously, a throw would be huge here.
20 seconds left here. A little too late. I mean, anything can happen, but we're back to the feet. We're on the edge. 12 seconds left on the clock.
Legal trying to work back to the center. Does not want to go out of bounds, get a fresh start.
And that will do it here, folks, at 197 pounds. A big win for the Badgers. Shane Legal, the transfer from Loras College, gets the victory 5-0 over Nolan Springer of Bucknell. And the team score now 24-17 heading into the final match of the afternoon.
Which was big, right? Because this Dorian Crosby for Bucknell is a very good wrestler, and you don't want to, with heavyweights, anything can happen, and now that they're up by more than 6, it puts it in the bag.
And we've got Dorian Crosby, 7-4 senior out of Cathedral Prep High School, Erie, PA. And we've got Peter Christensen, the redshirt junior out of Norridge, Illinois, Montini Catholic High School. 2 great high school programs. And we're off here at 285 pounds, the final bout of the afternoon.
Crosby, one of those Pennsylvania state champs, 2020. Overall, 3-time state place winner, 134 wins and 17 losses in his career in the high school level. Freshman last year was 4-5. He was projected to be a sophomore starter, but got injured, and he was 20-15 last year, an NCAA qualifier was Crosby. Peter Christian, oh, good. Jake.
Front, ooh, there's a little bit of action here. Front headlock there for Christensen, but Crosby able to clear out. And there's that front headlock again. Christensen just pulling down, sagging heavy, using his weight to the advantage here. Little knee tap there. We'll see if he can get something rolling here. Has that right arm on that leg, but he's pretty content here, making Crosby feel the weight, and we're going to get a fresh restart here.
Christensen High School is 155 and 38. He was ranked second at 195 pounds by Flo. He was a state champion, and a couple things to his resume was, Jake, which tell me if this is something you did. He was a Cheesehead winner.
I did win, yep.
You were a Cheesehead, which is one of the toughest tournaments in the land. But even tougher than that, I think, was placing at the Ironman tournament a couple of times.
Ironman's one of the toughest high school tournaments in the country. Single leg here for Crosby. Christensen doing a good job of keeping that leg straight, blocking so he can't. And there, a little cradle attempt there, but Crosby able to just run through and get the 3. And that will be the first score of the heavyweight bout here with just over a minute left in the first.
Christensen had 5 varsity matches, if you will, last year as a backup. He was 4-1 in those showings.
The leg slides in there for Crosby. We'll see if he stays committed to this ride, see what kind of
your typical heavyweight matchup so far.
Yeah. Able to get Christensen broken flat onto those elbows, feeling the weight of Crosby. Got 30 seconds left here in the first period. Now Christensen broken all the way flat.
Christensen probably considered one of those lighter heavyweights. Kind of seeing that that trend now, right? Seeing a lot of 197-pounders that are moving up, wrestling a smaller heavyweights, if you will, but athletic. I'm trying to think of the Penn State heavyweight a couple years ago that was a 97-pounder, ended up winning nationals.
Yep, kind of the new age heavyweight, a little bit lighter, right around 240, 250. And that will do it for period number 1, 3-0 lead for Crosby. And Crosby will start the second on bottom. He's got 1:17 of riding time. Try to get out nice and quick. Keep that riding time on the board.
Goal number 1 for Christensen's got to be to break that riding time, get it under a minute.
We'll see what his game plan is here if he commits to the ride. Crosby up to his feet, fighting that claw, so he gets it. 7 seconds still left
so
on
tough
that riding
to keep
time.
those big men down.
Yeah, once they get to their feet, they're so powerful. And here we are back on the feet here. 4-0 is the score in favor of Crosby. And we'll see if Christensen picks off the offense a little bit. 3-point takedown, right back in it now. And there's a nice little high single there for Crosby. Brings it up high right away, has it on the outside. He goes head to trip.
Nice back trip.
And that's 3 points, so 7-0 now is your score.
It's no easy feat holding those big legs up in the air like that.
No. And that's just a textbook shot there. Bring it up high. Catch there, find the head, catch the ankle, a little trip, and boom, there's your 3 points. And he's going to cut him and start looking for some bonus points maybe here. And that's an escape. And we'll go back to the center here with 1:05.
Bucknell's got a lot of solid wrestlers in here. Obviously, a couple of national qualifiers returning. So tough when you get to that Division I Nationals to actually place top 8 and place and become an All-American. Last All-American for Bucknell was Tyler Smith. He came in as a number 12 seed back in 2018, beat Joey McKenna of Ohio State in the semis, and ended up losing to Nick Lee of Penn State in the finals. So Bucknell trying to get that program back on, obviously getting those qualifiers, now trying to get a few more guys on the podium.
Here Crosby got that low single going. Trying to keep Christensen. We'll see, we got that leg hooked. Close to getting 2, pops the head out. And I said 2, I mean 3. 3-point takedown.
It'll have some grace, right? We'll get a few mulligans on this one.
I was calling some high school matches yesterday, so making the switch to the first time calling a college bout in a while with the 3-point takedown. So
it's tough for that transition.
And we'll close out the second period here. 3 seconds left on the clock. 10-1 lead for Crosby. It's been all Crosby in this one. Great leg attacks.
Like I said, a lot of rule changes at both the high school and college level, but I think they're all for the better. Just makes high school and college wrestling more exciting for the fan base.
Oh, yeah. And we've got Christensen to go down here to start the third period. He's going to have to get something going here if he wants to win this one. And Crosby's just going to cut him and get the back, get right back to work on the feet here.
Now here for Christensen, obviously you're looking for the victory if you can, but that's a tall hill to climb right now. But you're looking for that moral victory, right? You want to see in the last minute and 40 seconds here, can you score some points? Can you end this thing with momentum on your side?
And there's another takedown for Crosby. That's 3. Coaches in the corner for Bucknell saying, shoo, get him, let him up. Let's keep working on the feet. But yeah, like what you're saying, Christensen, to stay on the attack, maybe sneak a takedown in there and end this match on a positive note. And there's kind of a shot there for Christensen, but Crosby is just going to slip around for another 3.
As a
and that'll be 16-3.
Former coach, something you're just preaching, right? So I want to see how your guys, when they're down, how they're going to react. Are they going to come back? Do they got that toughness just to keep on battling?
And there's another 3 points, and that will do it. 19-4 is the final here at heavyweight. The senior out of Cathedral Prep High School, Dorian Crosby, gets the victory over the redshirt junior Peter Christensen. And that will do it here, folks. Number 25, Wisconsin, with the victory over Bucknell.
Coach is embracing center mat. Obviously some history there.
And the final team score, 24-22. The Badgers get another dual meet victory under their belt.
Go to 2-1 on the year is the Wisconsin Badgers.
And thank you guys for tuning in today on Big Ten Plus.